An essential part of the library's mission is to change along with the needs of the communities they serve, and Library at Home is no different. Our roots run back to the turn of the 20th century and through the Great Depression's packhorse librarians, with newer branches on the family tree including not just bookmobiles, but everything from book bikes to mobile tech hubs, from buses to burros. In 1921, Allen County began outreach services in the form of deposit collections, in locations as varied as general stores, post offices, fire stations, hospitals, and even private homes throughout the county. Some of these would go on to become official permanent library branches. Allen County and future ACPL Director Fred Reynolds took to the roads as early as 1927. Much of the mission at this time was centered around rural service, in particular for children, even after our county branches were well established. The bookmobile dominated outreach services until the 1980s. Here, parked at Northside High School in 1938, is Allen County's bookmobile, constructed on an International Harvester chassis with shelving inside and out, capable of holding 1,000 books. By the 1960s, there were up to 7 bookmobiles in service, essentially converted bread trucks, painted bright yellow according to Peg Hines, who began her outreach career as a driver in 1981. When we finally ended bookmobile service in 1990, Associate Director Steve Fortreed said, "It's not so much the bookmobile's time has ended as it is the branch's time has come." For other groups of Allen County residents, it meant that their time had come too. Outreach services began to focus more on vulnerable and even more isolated populations. This included the elderly, whose growing presence within the U.S. population was beginning to make itself known. Peg led the transition at ACPL, transforming her expanding number of bookmobile stops at senior communities into a department that focused almost exclusively on service to the elderly and the homebound. Today, we follow tradition at the same time as we keep an eye on the future. Our patrons are a segment of our community that cannot be put into one category or stereotyped. Those we serve look back fondly on their library-going days. They appreciate the feel and even the smell of a good hardcover book. At the same time, they are increasingly becoming more tech-savvy and have come to expect the kind of quality services and programming that the library offers, brought to them in their place of residence. Library at Home is here for all of it. Our mission is to serve residents of Allen County of any age who are confined to their home or institution for any reason, permanent or temporary. With this goal, we house a collection of curated material that is distributed to over 45 retirement, assisted living, and nursing homes throughout the county. We also visit library patrons in their own homes and apartments, serving over 200 individuals this way. We are able to cater to our customers' unique tastes by placing holds on requested books, audiobooks, and movies. Some even place their literary lives in our hands by letting us choose their next great read based on their interests. We host lobby stops with a book cart full of new and popular titles, available to browse and check out in central meeting places inside of, and sometimes outside of, residential facilities. Here we get to know residents' reading habits, and inevitably, a little bit of their lives, as we recommend books, sign them up for a library card, or help them with one of ACPL's apps. We offer programming, one of the most rewarding parts of the job, where we have the chance to interact with residents about topics as broad and varied as local history, travel, Hollywood stars, train trips, and even, yes, outhouses. The slideshow is still a thriving format for Library at Home. The value of these services is evidenced every day by our patrons. For many, use of the library is not just a single part of their lives, but a vitally important one. This fact was only brought into greater focus this past year, when our populations were more isolated than ever. A monthly delivery from the library, often accompanied by a friendly wave from the front porch, became a lifeline. Knowing the importance of what we do allowed us to seek out ways to innovate and overcome the obstacles brought on by the pandemic. At Library at Home, we truly roll with it. As Peg often says, only half joking, the work we do today is preparing the library at home of tomorrow so it can serve us as we ourselves get older, no matter what the future brings.
Was dancing with my Tennessee waltz, what an old friend I happened to see.
Production facilities provided by Access Fort Wayne. Learn more under the Explore tab at acpl.info.